Hey there, Shelley Sanders here, psychic medium and business intuitive, and welcome to True Self Tuesday. So do me a favor, subscribe and like so you'll know when I'm going live, and then also share so we can get this message out to as many people as possible. So let's go ahead and jump right into our topic. So today, my topic is Thank You 2020. Now, you might be scratching your head and wondering, why is she saying thank you to 2020? Especially since it's a time of a pandemic. There's so much change with loss of jobs and just so much change going on right now and so much discomfort. If anything, most people want to say thank you 2020 for leaving, and we're really excited about 2021. But before we actually leave the year, I truly do want to thank it because what I've realized within my life that there was just a lot of distractions, and so maybe you can relate. Sometimes what happens in life is that we really get caught up in the doing instead of really being. And so the doing could show up as in juggling a lot of things at one time. So it may be that we want to make sure that we buy a home by a certain time, and that we make sure that we have a car, and that we get married, and that we have a family, and that we attend a certain school. And so there's all of these expectations and all of these things that we're juggling. And what I find is that instead of us really going in within our own true self, as far as our own calling and what we're here to do, we tend to get distracted because we start doing what we think we should do. We start doing what our parents want us to do, and then what our friends say what we should do. But the one thing that we really don't do is go within in order to find our own inner divine light. And so with this whole crash of 2020, it really caused us to slow down and to take a look at, so the things that we've been involved in, do we really need it? Were we really going in the right direction? Were we in a relationship that wasn't a good fit for us, but we were just in it because it was convenient and it was just easier not to really deal with it? So what were we sweeping under the rug that we just weren't taking a look at, and now 2020 is causing us to look at it? So one of the things for me is that, I was on a job for a long time, and because of the pandemic, it caused a layoff. So I no longer have that job. Something that I did know within me was that that job wasn't really my calling. Working for Spirit and teaching classes and giving readings, that was my calling, and that was what brought me joy. But because I was so busy with the 9 to 5 that at the end of the day, I was absolutely exhausted. And on the weekends, I just really didn't have that type of energy just to devote to it, to really follow what brings me joy. And so you might be experiencing this for yourself. And so as you start to take a look inside of, how has life changed for you, and were you able to let go of some heavy baggage that you've been hanging on to that you really didn't need? And do you just see or feel a sense of freedom that's starting to come over you? So sometimes when we're not going within to really follow our purpose and our calling, we may do things to distract ourselves, like a lot of social media and TV, to kind of distract from going within. Because a lot of times there may be this emptiness or this loneliness inside that we're trying to fulfill, but we don't quite know what it is because we haven't had that time to do that deeper work. And so we'll look to the outside of, how can I feel it? So for you, it may come in filling it up as in shopping. So maybe if I go ahead and get this Coach purse, then I'll feel really good. And so then you'll get the Coach purse and you'll feel good for about 2 weeks. And then that pleasure is no longer there. And then that emptiness is there inside again. And so you may find yourself trying to shop and replace the hole when it's really something that's happening within and it's much deeper level. So with the 2020 happening, it just really caused us to slow everything down and to take a step back and start to look within. So then I ask you, are you trying to follow the money and keep up with, and are you finding your identity in the things that you do and the material things that you have, or are you really starting to discover yourself away from? Because the thing is once those material things go away, and if your identity is attached to those material things, you may see yourself as a failure, or you may not understand who you are. And this is why a lot of people tend to go into depression, or they can't quite cope, or they start to go into what we call a crisis. And it's because they've wrapped their identity in things instead of really going within to find themselves. So I hope that that tip has helped you, and I hope that maybe it sparked something within you to see and just kind of take that time back and reflect to see who you truly are inside, what's in there that's been wanting to come out. And if you've been on the wrong path, this is your opportunity to do a course correct, to go into the right direction, so that you can really start living your divine purpose. So let me share with you what I have coming up. So on Saturday, November 14th, I have a free masterclass that's online, and it's Oracle cards for beginners. So if you are someone that really enjoys Oracle cards the way that I do, but you're not quite sure how to read them without using the book, I invite you to come on to the masterclass, because I'm going to talk all about it. I'm going to share about it, and I'm actually going to do some readings while we're together on the call. So you never know, you just might be chosen to get a reading. And if you can't join us live, don't worry, because when you register for the call, you will get a recording, okay? So in order to join us, the URL is oracle.eventbrite.com. So I hope you had a great time with this tip. I enjoyed sharing it with you, and just let me know, like, how can you see yourself changing within 2020? What sparked something for you in this video, and share with us in the comments below. All right, so take care and have a great day.